name is Kyle Platts. My wife and I were asked by Melanie early on to be part of the Next Generation Task Force.
My name is Molly Phillips. I sometimes take photos. I sometimes sing.
I am Cassidy Morrow, and I am connected to the Oasis by singing in the praise band, but also just being in attendance.
My name is Shelley Ingram, and I have fallen in love with the Oasis, and it has become a priority in my life and my family's life.
When we joined, we were kind of one of the early meetings, just trying to find a worship style that would appeal to the high school kids and the young adults.
It's welcoming and it's being inclusive.
We see the effects of a generation that doesn't have a place in most modern evangelical circles. We give a space to those folks who may feel like they've never been around a church family that is welcoming of who they are. I think it's an example of meeting fellow brothers and sisters in Christ where they are, instead of trying to fit them into the mold of Christian perfectionism that I think oftentimes more conservative evangelical circles hammer.
Church can be a scary place for people, and there can be a lot of trauma associated with church. But I think that we have to listen to those stories, and we have to be open to understanding where they are and meet them where they're at. I don't think it's a matter of being turned off to going to church. I think there's just a lot of hurt.
I think we were trying to figure out how to not only engage people back in church and what that looks like, but also provide a safe space for people that felt like the church hadn't met their need or had caused hurt in some way. And it was really important to me to find a place to call church that met people where they are, but also shared the love of Jesus, because ultimately that is the main goal. And I feel like being a follower of Jesus, that's what we're called to do.
I think we've come to the conclusion there's no easy answer. If there was an easy answer, a lot of people would have figured it out. The main thing that our task force was identifying is that it's multiple approaches that need to be taken, and maybe having a different style of worship service that we didn't offer before was a big focus of ours, and trying to implement that. And I think so far that has been a success, and so hopefully we can keep building on that. People aren't coming to a regular, what we think of Sunday morning worship service, but I think there's so many different avenues that why the Oasis might speak to some people when a traditional Methodist service might not.
For me, it has fed my soul. Like, it is something I have missed for a long time, and I felt like I could really just worship in a way that was so freeing.
It's not church, it's more Jesus, and finding the love of Jesus in a space that I think we need right now.
I need to know that there are places in the community that people that I love can feel comfortable. So I'm learning a lot about the people in this community and in this congregation.
I think we're learning that we still have a lot of work to do. When you have to confront generational trauma, it's not enough to have the right verses memorized. It's not enough to, offer to pray for someone. You have to invest yourself in someone's life, in someone's character. The people are the church. It's not just some stone structure. It's the community. And so you have to foster that community.
The Oasis is more than a church service. I feel like it is intentionally in the middle of the week, which provides an oasis for many of us who have busy schedules and stressful things in life. And it has just been a great time to take a minute and focus on my spirit, our spirit, and what that means, and also connect with Jesus.
I think Oasis is a fantastic break. I always look forward to it. A different style of worship service, and there's a great message. My oldest daughter was so excited. We talked about the Oasis service and the different music and the message for the whole 20-minute ride home. And that does not happen very often with a high school teenager.
It has been a much needed piece that I have not had. I love my home church, but the piece that's missed for me is that more contemporary worship versus that traditional. And I don't know what it is, but for me, that's just my connection with Christ and doing it in a way that just hits. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to articulate it, but it hits.